Hello and great to have you back with us. Welcome back to the fourth in our series looking at the relational principles of a team. Last time, based on Philippians 2 verses 1 to 4, we continued looking at a second relational principle of team, which was selfless unity. And we noted a first practical key in building unity was working together. Now to a second key in fostering unity, which is resolving conflicts quickly and biblically. Back in our study passage in Philippians 2 verses 1 to 4, Paul asked the Philippians to agree wholeheartedly with each other. Added to this verse is Paul's appeal in 1 Corinthians 1 verse 10 to live in harmony with each other. Let there be no divisions in the church, rather be of one mind, united in thought and purpose. In this session, we'll discuss how to resolve our disagreements in a way that protects unity. One of the most common causes of disunity and disruption on a team is interpersonal conflict. And for a team to foster and protect unity, it is imperative that each person resolves any conflict quickly and biblically. There will inevitably be frictions, misunderstandings, or tensions on every team, but the way to preserve unity is to deal with them as quickly as possible in the way prescribed in Scripture. If we don't deal with them quickly and biblically, the conflicts will become like an insidious cancer, devouring the vitality and the health of the team. My kids generally were not known for their tidiness, especially the middle one, who shall remain nameless, but she knows who she is. One day I walked into the room of my youngest son, David, and unsurprisingly the floor was covered in a mess. There were model cars in one section, books sprawled in another, Lego in another corner, and an assortment of toys spread intermittently across the remainder of the floor. I asked David to clean his room. A few minutes later, I walked back into his room and was astonished to find that his floor was spotless. No toys could be seen anywhere. This was not humanly possible. I walked over to his bed and lifted the cover to look under his bed. Sure enough, everything had just been pushed under the bed. Now, in his mind, he had cleaned his room. In my mind, he hadn't. All he'd done was push the mess under his bed where it wasn't visible. Tragically, sometimes teams treat conflicts, issues, and tensions in the same way David cleaned his room. They brush them under the bed. No one addresses it. No one deals with it. As long as it's not spoken about, it's hoped it will just go away. But it is still there, festering under the bed. Until it is dealt with, the problem is the equivalent on a team of a time bomb. It is just a matter of time before the mess under the bed will explode and cause untold problems on the team. The only preventative way to defuse the time bomb is to deal with things quickly, talk them through, and seek resolution, even if compromises have to be made. Remember that how things are dealt with on the leadership team will filter through the whole area of ministry. If the team is divisive, the whole group will probably be divisive. If the team has unresolved friction, the group will probably have unresolved friction. When a relationship breaks down or you are offended by someone, remember the principle of Matthew 18:15. If any believer sins against you, go privately and point out the offense. If the other person listens and confesses it, you have won that person back. According to this verse, Matthew 18:15, if you are aware of any friction, conflict, or hurt with anyone, you, the offended person, must take the initiative and go to the offending person. Jesus did not tell his disciples to find sympathetic ears or wait for the offending person to come to them first. On the contrary, he strongly instructed them to have the maturity to go themselves. Jesus also said that the motive in seeing the person to discuss the offense must be to reconcile. If you miss this crucial motivation, you've missed the heartbeat of what conflict resolution is about. Many people carry a win-lose attitude in resolving conflicts. If you have a win-lose mindset, the usual result is no win, because you're locked into your presupposition of I'm right and you're wrong, and your goal will be just to win. But we must be prepared to listen objectively and make compromises and concessions for the sake of the relationship and the team. I will now suggest a step-by-step way to resolve conflicts. Make contact with the offending person to ask for a face-to-face meeting. If a face-to-face meeting is not practical, then set up a phone call. Don't get into the details of why you want to meet them in the initial contact, and it's best to wait until you meet them face-to-face. Carefully choose the time and place where you will meet with them. Be sensitive to the other person's circumstances. Avoid meeting at the end of a hard day or if the other person is under pressure. This is critical in resolving conflicts. Approach the meeting with a positive attitude. The conflict resolution could be very constructive if the other person's behavior changes as a result and your relationship remains intact or is restored. Above all, initiating contact to resolve a conflict is pleasing to God, and it will free your life from offense and bitterness. I encourage you also to pray a lot about the forthcoming meeting. Ask God for His peace. Ask God for a good outcome. Ask for a preserved and restored relationship. Rehearse what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, and anticipate their possible responses. This will help you think more clearly and respond in measured tones. Ensure the environment for the place where you are meeting is conducive for a conversation of this nature. Avoid places where there are lots of distractions. And when you meet with them, welcome them and thank them for coming. And once you get through the pleasantries, get straight to the issue. If you're feeling anxious or if it is tense in any way, have a drink of water. Otherwise, your mouth may go dry, or silently take some deep breaths to lower your emotional temperature. Begin by saying why you called the meeting. For example, I have certain feelings about what you said or did last week. Could you help me to understand why? This is how I interpreted what you said. Explain why you're upset and why you feel the way that you do. Then listen objectively. There are two sides to a story. Some say three. Theirs, mine, and the truth. At the outset of the conversation, state that your goal is to sort things out and move on in the relationship. Say things like, I don't want anything between us. I don't want any negative feelings. I don't want there to be any misunderstandings. Keep your cool and listen to everything they say without interruption or judgment. Control your tone or voice, your tempo, the volume, and importantly, your non-verbals, such as your facial expression and body language. Don't accuse with your voice or eyes, but show that you're listening by maintaining eye contact. Keep talking through the issues until you feel that you have a sense of peace or resolution. Say whatever apologies are appropriate, determine how it can be avoided in the future, maybe work out some action points, and pray for one another and affirm each other and the relationship, then conclude the discussion. If, however, you're not getting anywhere, maybe postpone the encounter, go for a short walk, or consider getting another person as a mediator. If it still deteriorates and there's still no resolution or reconciliation, senior church leaders may have to be involved, as it says in Matthew 18 verses 16 to 20. In applying this to our lives, here are a few applications for resolving conflicts. Do your best to keep all your relationships clean and clear of offense and tension. Don't let things ferment or fester in your heart or mind. Maintain a forgiving spirit. If you hear of any other criticism, bad attitude, or division, urge the instigators or agitators to put relationships right and sort things out as quickly as possible. Lovingly correct and reason with divisive people, which may involve refuting what they say and reiterating the importance of unity. And remember the guiding principle of Ephesians 4 verse number 26, do not let the sun go down while you are still angry. Don't go to sleep with unresolved anger in your heart. It's been my observation that most problems on a team generally stem from three things: misunderstanding, misinterpretation, and or misinformation. Meeting face-to-face quickly may resolve issues before they get out of hand and may circumvent unnecessary emotion or anger. And that's it for this session. I hope you found that applicable. It's hard to process that stuff, but it's well worth doing. Next time we'll continue looking at how to foster unity. See you then. God bless.